Hi guys, I hope everybody has had a lovely day, and tomorrow is Wednesday, so we're halfway through the work week. But since I'm in work mode, I thought I would make another work video. So I thought I'd make a video, and I have a few notes here, but this isn't going to be a crazy long one, about how to make the best impression you can at the office and impress your higher ups and your directors and that, because office life is so competitive. Everybody, people are workaholics. You have to compete with the workaholics. You have to compete with, there's always smarter people. I mean, there's always dumber people too. There's always lazier people, but there's always those people that are like there at like 5:30 in the morning, like me. You have to compete against me. What a nightmare. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Anyways, but I do go into work crazy early. I know you guys know this because I've said it before, but it's very competitive, and I've given you guys tips before on how to stand out, but to make an overall really good impression, I thought I would think up like 4 really good ways, like solid ways that in almost every work environment, not just office work environment, but every work environment, you can make an overall best impression to your higher up managers and supervisors. So this would work if you're working for a cleaning agency. It would work if you're in healthcare. It would work if you're in IT or in tech and engineering, in anything at all. These ideas, I wanted them to be universally beneficial and helpful to everybody at all, because most of my tips are just specifically office tips. So I wanted these to be universal. So, but I mean, I do think from an office perspective, because I work in an office at this point, right now. So, but these are universal tips. So here we go. Let's get right into this. So the first one is to demonstrate reliability, meet all your deadlines, and fulfill your responsibilities. So the best way to do that, guys, is yesterday's video. Have boundaries and don't be a people pleaser. Don't take on too much. Don't take on more than you can handle. Always take on only what you can and do everything you can 110%. If you can't do it 110%, then just don't. You're better to say, I can't take this on. I need to like focus on what I'm working on right now. I'm giving everything into the projects I have right now, and I really want to, put out the very highest quality work possible. And taking on too much or more than you can handle is going to lower the quality of work that you produce. And the lower the quality of work, your supervisors aren't going to look and say, well, she's got 10 projects going, that's why these look half-assed done. They're just going to think, wow, her work is half-assed. So, or his work is half-assed, either way. So, you don't want to overdo it. Just make sure everything you do, you can put 110% into. And sometimes that's going to mean, unfortunately, it's going to mean working after hours. I do it. Sometimes I get home from work, I'll take a half an hour break, I'll eat something, I'll change into something comfy, and then I'll pretend I'm not working for an hour, and then I'll get back on the computer and start at it again, and I'm working till midnight. And that's how it is, because I want everything I do to be 110%, and I want it to be better than anyone else would do it. So that's my first tip. Be reliable. If you say I'll have this done by Friday, if you don't sleep for 3 days, you have it done by Friday. And I always preach work-life balance and getting a good sleep and healthy skincare and drink your water and this and that. So do all you can. Take care of your skin, drink your water. But if you can't sleep because you made a commitment to get something in by a certain day, well, those were your words and you made that commitment. If you can't make that commitment, then say to your boss, I can do this and I'll do this better than anybody else in this office, but I need 4 days, not 2. Can you give me 4 days? And if she can't, or he can't, say, can we meet halfway and do 3 days? Because I don't want to do a shoddy job on this. I want to do this and give it the attention it deserves, because this is important work to me. And everything I do, I find is I really value, and it's really important to me to do it to the best of my ability. And I don't want to race through it. So that's my first tip. Second tip is to communicate effectively, listen attentively, and express your ideas clearly. So listen here is the most important to me. And it's not listen to respond, it's listen to understand. And that's the hard thing. And I have to remind myself this in meetings, because I have ideas and they just start going crazy in my mind. Like I want to contribute, I have ideas, and I have to stop and listen to other people's and understand what they're saying. And when I've really done that, sometimes it's changed my perspective and changed what I've wanted to say. Whereas if I hadn't really listened to understand, I just listened to hear, I would have let them finish and then said my idea, which wouldn't have been as relevant, and I wouldn't have come across as intelligent or wise as I did, because I listened and I understood the point they were making, and I was able to revise my opinion or my decision based upon what a coworker, a colleague, or one of my staff was saying. So always really listen to understand, and then when it is your time to respond, think ahead. Think ahead about what you want to say, and make sure you articulate yourself. Use correct grammar. Don't use slang. Even if you're in a room with people that you sit around and have lunch with and like throw pizza at the wall with, which nobody does. I'm kidding, whatever. But you know what I mean. You joke around. When it comes to meetings and professional environments, when it comes to professional presentations or roundtable meetings and stuff like that, you make sure everything that comes out of your mouth is professional, it's articulate, it's intellectual, it's evidence-based, and it can be backed up by statistics or by policies and procedures and company mandates and company, like the company mission statements and the company values. Consider all these things when you're coming up with ideas, and make sure you incorporate them into your answers. Like say, like, this particular value of our company really fits in here. Like, we can really demonstrate this particular value if we try doing this. And it really shows people that you really understand your company and its goals, or your organization, and what it really wants to achieve, and how it really wants to be known, your company's brand and your company's identity. And it means that you really do understand it, you value it, and you want to demonstrate it in everything that you do, and in your ideas, and in your actions, and the things you say, and how you conduct yourself. So that's my second piece. The third one is to collaborate with colleagues, showing a willingness to work as part of a team. So even if you hate teamwork, which I do, I hate it. I'll be honest. In university, I used to pay group members to let me do the whole project or the whole presentation and get it ready. And then I would let everybody get 98%, and I would shut my mouth, and I would pay everyone to shut their mouth and let me do it, because I knew if I would do it, we'd get 98%. Whereas in the very beginning, when I started learning, I realized that some people only give 10%, and all of our marks would reflect their 10%, and my mark would suffer when I'm giving 120%. So I'd rather pay cash, cold hard cash, and get 110%. And get my good high mark and let everybody get a great mark. I don't care if they get a great mark too, fantastic, because I paid them to do it. And that's what I used to do. That's how much I hate group work, because I just don't count on other people when it comes to my professional product and what I want coming out and being attached to my name. So, but when it comes to group work in a professional environment, you can't pay people off to shut up and just be quiet, unfortunately. You just got to really encourage people and use psychology. Use it, like, use encouragement. Let people, give them ideas, but let them think they're their ideas, so they've felt like they've contributed. This is terrible advice, but this is true. Like, say things like, oh, I heard you mention this, or is this what you were talking about? What a brilliant idea. Like, thank you so much for bringing that up. And even if they didn't, they're not going to correct you, because they feel smart and they feel like they brought something up. And in that way, you're able to, or if they come up with an idea that they're onto something, but it's just not up to par, you just upscale that idea, but tell them, thank you so much for your idea. Like, that was a brilliant idea. That's fantastic. And incorporate it. Make sure you incorporate some of everybody's thoughts and some of everybody's ideas and work into whatever you're working together on. Even if you have to level it up a little bit, you can level it up a little bit. You can do that as long as you recognize everybody for their contribution, and you make sure that their contribution is well known and that they're valued for what they contributed and what they put into it. Even if you leveled it up, you just shut up about that. You just keep that to yourself, and you raise everybody up with you. And raising people up makes you look better too. And supervisors and management will know what you've done. Even if nobody says anything, they're going to know, they're going to recognize, because they're going to know your work history and how you perform based on how you keep your word with presentations or projects on your own, based on the points we talked about before, how you give 110% to everything. They're going to recognize the quality of work that's come out of whatever project you're working on, and they're going to know that that's your quality. And these other people in the group, their quality of work is always the same as their quality of work. So if what you guys collaborate and come up with together ends up being 100% project, they're going to know that a lot of that was because you worked really hard and put in a lot of effort. And raising people up and sharing in the experience of teamwork and sharing in the experience of collaboration and helping people with development themselves, self-development, and encouraging them and all that sort of stuff makes you a better person. It makes you a better coworker, a better employer, and it makes you a better leader. And it lines you up for leadership positions in the future because it shows that you're a good leader. It shows that you're good at helping people to be their very best, to produce their best work, and to level up basic to exceptional. And that's what you want. You don't want basic, you want exceptional. And you can bring your group from basic to exceptional if you utilize all your people skills, you utilize your knowledge, your communication skills, and you really value your colleagues, you appreciate them for the unique skills that they have, and you utilize their unique ideas and their skills and just build upon them if you have to. But make sure everyone's work is incorporated. That's all. And everyone feels like they really contributed and they're a part of it. And everyone will walk away feeling better, and they'll be better people for it, and you're a better person for it and a better leader. And it's an opportunity for your own self-growth. And the fourth and last point is to maintain a positive attitude, approach challenges constructively, and be adaptable in different situations. And that kind of goes hand in hand with the point I just made, being adaptable. Like, let's say the situation is a group project and you're not great in groups. Use that as your challenge. This is your new project, to be great in this group, to bring this group up to a higher level, to a higher functioning group level, and to really fulfill the task at hand to the very best that this group can do. And you're going to do that by cherry picking the best qualities and strengths from each group member. Identify each group member's strengths, identify what they're best at, and draw on it and use it. And if you do that with each group member, you will be approaching the challenge with the best mindset, with a positive mindset, a positive attitude, and you will produce the most effective and best work. Because truthfully, I've learned a lot since university, and as much as I thought it was the very best thing for me to pay people off and do it myself, I've learned that even if I have to change things around a little bit and I have to level it up a little bit, everybody has unique skills that are better than mine, and everyone's got unique skills that are better than each other's. And if you're able to read people and pay attention and listen to understand, you'll be able to identify those skills. And if you can draw upon them and help them grow and develop and help people develop these skills further, then you're not only a great leader and a colleague, but you're going to produce the best work possible. You're going to be recognized at work, and you're going to make a better impression overall to not only the supervisors and your directors and the people above you, but you're going to make a better impression to the people you work with and the people that work for you. And that's going to be your brand. And that is going to be an identity that is attached to you professionally. And you can't beat that. And speaking of brand and identity, don't miss my live tomorrow night. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I am doing it completely on how we can develop our own personal brand and our own personal identity that will work with us personally and professionally. And if you're into social media, it'll be utilized and useful with your social media as well. But definitely tune into that. It's going to be good. We'll have some good conversation, but I've got a good structure for it and a good layout and some really good steps we can take to create a really authentic and true to us personal brand that will reflect our best qualities, and we can really project into like society and into our professional like surroundings and our personal surroundings and our environments, and really, create a great name for ourselves and a great identity that people will really respect and value us for. So don't miss that. That's tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and it's going to be live. It'll be my first live. I'm so excited. I hope people show up. We'll see. Have a great night, guys. I hope this was useful and beneficial. And as always, I love your comments. I love the thumbs ups I get, and I love the criticisms I get too, because I do read them and I value them. And the engagement that I get from everyone, I really appreciate it. So thank you so much, everybody. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. And I apologize for the shoddy lighting. I'm having some lighting drama tonight, but hopefully you can see me kind of, even if I'm like glowing on one side or something. But I did my best, I swear. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Have a great night.